movies for a while, and this gentleman has been promoting the incredible Oscar caliber film, The Secret Agent, fresh off of New York Film Critics and Golden Globes, so we're just cracking up all the honors on it. But this show was recently honored by the Critics' Choice in Best Limited Series, and both of them were also nominated for the prize. So it's been a ride, gentlemen, right?
It's been a ride, yeah.
Brian, I want to start with you because these folks.
I was shot at until I was 80s, and all that. It was, how do I put it? This was the biggest labor of love for me that I've ever experienced. To be in a position of being EP for the first time, to lead a show for the first time. It was interesting because when the show came to me, I was at a crossroad. I think a little. I think that I need to take a step back. It is, I know it's such a personal it's hard. But I also realized that for me, there had been this kind of tradition going on where everything that I was portraying was incredibly traumatic. I'm always covered in blood. I'm always shot. I'm crying. I'm screaming for my life. I need something. And so my wonderful producing partner, Jennifer Roddy, always been there with me hand in hand for every process and character production I've done. I was like, that's something you should do. And I was like, is this TV? She's like, yeah. I was like, no, thank you. It's like, I don't, just read this first. And I couldn't put it down. I just, once I read Ray, I could not stop thinking about it. And then the connection between Ray and Ben was something that I wanted to see. And Peter Craig, who wrote it, is also VP. It's just, I don't know, his brain, my brain together made this crazy kamikaze stew that just felt like we were, they really stopped. These are directors. I was like, so why am I just saying no? I gotta try this. So, but I really wanted to give people a chance to see me right, so to speak, to really be able to expose a lot of parts of my life, a lot of things and purpose that I was going through. They really reflected a lot of that and gave me an opportunity to kind of purge. So that's what drew me to it the most.
Mr. Morris, listen. I just want to talk about you as Manny because they get a glimpse of it in this first episode, but they don't know the places that you go to. And I think it's incredible because, correct me if I'm right, Brad, you got off a plane and then got on set.
So, do you want me to tell the story? Okay, so I tried to talk Wagner out of doing the show because I respect him so much as an artist, and what was being asked of him was so crazy, right? It was crazy. Yeah. And so, as an EP, they don't tell you, oh, you gotta make these calls. This is the thing you gotta do. And so, we were searching for a new Manny at this time, and he came up. I loved him, and I was like, I gotta talk about this. This is crazy. We literally looked at the show in 2 days. You can't do anything to somebody like that. And so, we got on the phone, and I was just like, hey man, listen, I understand if you don't, I get it. If you don't want to join, this is what we're asking is crazy, and I just respect you so much. And then he goes, brother, you know what? I've made up my mind. After talking to you, I'm going to. He was like, fuck! I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it was because it was crazy. It was craziest than they're saying, because I was at my place, I was in my home over here with my kids, and I got this phone call, and it was Ridley Scott. We didn't prepare you like that. You know, this Scott wants to talk to you. I'm like, what? Yeah, I told my wife, holy shit, Scott wants to talk to me. And I was like, sure, and I picked up the phone and Ridley said, hey mate, we need you. And all that conversation, blah, blah, blah. Me and I was like, something crazy. This conversation was like, so we're shooting this thing here, and we need you, it was Friday. We needed to be here on Monday. I'm sure. And I was like, Mr. Ridley Scott, with all due respect, I love you, but I don't think I can do it. Because English is not even my first language. I was like, this is insane. So I said, and he was like, take the script, read it, and then we'll talk later.
set, he was really like, hey dude, I think this is gonna be too crazy. I love you. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. Blah blah blah. And as soon as I heard his voice, I'm like, I'm doing this. But that's not even the craziest part of it all, because I
Let's talk about the first day.
and then I flew to Philly, and I was like, swear to God, like reading the script in the airplane.
You were sick.
Okay, and then, oh, so this is the character. Oh, okay. Reading it and trying to memorize the lines and everything. And I got to the set, and they put the clothes of the character.
This is the first time I'm meeting him in costume for the first time.
And they put me the clothes, and then I'm walking to the set, and I see Brian for the first time. So like all dressed up as Ray. And we were looking, hey, hi, what's up? And then, okay, let's go. And we were walking to the set, and I'm like, wait, no, this is too much. And I was like, Brian, how do you for a second?
You pulled me into it. So you were walking down and you were like, ah!
And the PAs and and everybody was like, so everybody in the radio like, hey, you want to something's, yeah,
He closes the door behind himself, locks the door, and I'm just like, what the fuck is about to go on? And so he literally looks at me, and he grabs me like this, and then you do that, and he's like, hi, my name is Wagner Moura. I'm very pretty. I'm married. I'm from Brazil. I know that, and I'm like, oh, cool. You know, I'm very scared.
And he was looking at me like, he's like, paying attention.
He's like, I'm really scared. I don't really know what I'm about to do.
But I didn't speak. Wait, but I didn't speak that fast. It wasn't that fast.
Okay.
I was like, my name is Wagner. Listen, I have 3 sons. I'm a cancer.
Talk about the fear. You said the fear?
I'm scared.
Oh, right.
And I think I said some like intimate things that we don't need to
And
share
then I
here.
just go,
And then he looked at me, and then he goes,
I'm Brian. I'm playing Ray. You're where you're supposed to be. If you need anything from me, I promise you, I will be on your side. I'll be right beside you the whole way, okay? Right? So,
that we went to shoot the very first scene that you saw in the van. 2 dudes in the van, like best friends forever, and the connection was immediate. Because you said all these things, but you also showed yourself very vulnerable to me. You said other things that we don't need to share with them. But we were both very vulnerable. That's it.
This is why I said the family reunion part. You see what I'm saying right now? Like, I knew this was gonna be the vibe, because the chemistry that y'all display in that first episode, it rings that way through every single episode after that, and it is because I think y'all had that tete-a-tete. But let's be real, this is a gritty crime drama that is perpetrated by, excuse my French, but you curse first, the biggest fuck-ups in Philly. Like literally, every minute that they were on screen, I was like, why are you doing that? Please don't do that. Don't do that. That's a bad
my
idea.
goal was to make sure that if you didn't take Adderall before the show, that you had to take it after.
I was going to ask you, how did y'all, I knew y'all could build the chemistry of the tension. How did y'all keep the pace of the other side of it? Because in some moments, it is a straight up 40s noir detective story, and in other moments, it is this like madcap dash action thing. So how did y'all sort of balance that between the two of them?
A lot of that has to do with our amazing fearless writer, Peter. He's great. I used to say this thing to people when I was thinking how I was continuing to Peter, I'd be like, no, but he is so masterful at creating these ordinary, seemingly ordinary people who, to the core, they were so flawed and don't have any qualms about hiding those flaws. Like, they're so exposed and they're desperate at the same time, but they're also people that we could be at any given point in time. We just make this decision. And so that was something that he and I got really close on because I think the connection was fatherhood. And so he had connected with this
like,